Hey, it's Siobhan Murphy, CPA with Thrive Business Group, and I am answering the question for you. I just started my new business. Now what? Well, first of all, congratulations on starting your new business. Now, here are the very quick, very basics crash course on what you need to know in getting your business set up. First, if you haven't already, I do recommend setting up an LLC for your business. That's generally the best entity to get started with. You may need to talk with an attorney for your specific business just to verify that's a good idea, but from the tax and accounting side, that's usually the best option. Now, setting up an LLC, part of that process is getting registered with the state of Washington, both the Secretary of State and the Department of Revenue and Licensing. If you hire an attorney to do this for you, they're going to do all of that for you. Makes it very easy. If you hire an online kind of pseudo-legal service, this is a discount option, they usually will file with the Secretary of State and IRS, but they won't file with Department of Revenue and Licensing for you. So you will still need to do that. So just a heads up, if you're going the discount route, not my recommendation, but I still see people do that. So I want to make sure you know there's a third step that's usually not handled for you. Now, once you've got your entity set up, you need to set up a separate bank account for your business. This is going to help keep the money separate and keep the tracking separate, and that's going to help keep the integrity of your LLC in place as well as keep your bookkeeping easier. Very important to set up a separate bank account. Then you need to keep the money separate. So all your business income goes into that business bank account. All your business expenses go out of that business bank account. Very important. Like I said, keeps your LLC intact, integrity for liability protection, and also it's going to make your bookkeeping easier because everything is one place. Now, very important to know about the 3 levels of taxation. Now, this information is specific to new businesses in my local area, which is Bellingham, Washington. So you may be in a different area. You may have other taxes that are important for you to learn about. And so definitely do your homework so that you're not missing anything. So with our local area, we have 3 levels of taxation: city, state, and federal. The city of Bellingham has a business and occupation tax. We call that B&O tax for short. The state of Washington also has a B&O tax. This is a flat percentage of your revenue. And so it's important to be aware of it, and it's important to get your business license registration done so that you have accounts set up with the city of Bellingham and the Department of Revenue for paying that tax. When you register, when you file that master business application in the state of Washington, they will send you a big fat envelope in the mail giving you information about the state taxes, how to file, when to file, that type of thing. And then the city of Bellingham will send you an email. Watch for that email. It often goes into your spam or junk folder, and if you miss that email, you will miss it. They don't send anything in the mail afterwards. They're paperless on this, so make sure you're watching for that. Now, if you're outside of the city limits of Bellingham or you're not doing business in the city of Bellingham, you won't need that city license. Your city may have a licensing requirement. So when you go through the master business application with the state of Washington, make sure you're checking any boxes for any cities where you will be doing business so you're getting the proper business registrations in place. Now, the city and the state, their B&O tax is just a straight percentage of your revenue. It's pretty simple. And their filing systems are pretty simple as well. However, they can be a little bit confusing when you're first doing it. So the first time you're doing those filings, if you're getting stuck or have questions, call their customer service line. Both the city of Bellingham and the state of Washington have customer service lines that are actually really helpful. This is not true about every government agency, but these 2 in particular, they are pretty helpful and they'll walk you through the process. Once you've done it once, you'll find it's pretty simple. Now, we also have sales tax in the state of Washington. So if your business is subject to sales tax, make sure you are knowing that. And if you're not sure, contact the Department of Revenue, find out and confirm whether or not your business is subject to sales tax. That's a tax you're going to collect from your customers and then pay to the state on their behalf. So very important to know about that. And that's part of that same tax filing with the state of Washington. All right, so those are the first 2, city, state. The 3rd level of taxation is the federal level. This is the one everybody thinks about because we all file and pay federal income taxes for ourselves personally. When you start a business, your business also will need to pay federal income taxes. Now, depending on your business structure, it may file its own tax return or it may be filed right on your personal tax return. If you are a single member LLC, that means an LLC that's owned by one person. That means you're taxed probably as a sole proprietorship and it'll be on your personal tax return. Now, at the federal level, this is where deductions come in. At the federal level, we report income earned into the business as well as expenses paid out of the business. The difference is your profit. This is what you pay federal taxes on. So you will pay income tax on that profit. You will also pay self-employment tax on this profit. This catches a lot of new business owners off guard. So the self-employment tax is a replacement for Social Security and Medicare. When you have a job, your employer withholds Social Security and Medicare from your paycheck. And that's half of the tax. They pay the other half. They match it for you. When you're self-employed, nobody's withholding that tax from your earnings and nobody's matching it. So we take it all, match it all together, and we call it self-employment tax. So that's what it is. It catches a lot of new business owners off guard because they're not expecting it. Self-employment tax is 15.3% of your profit. So it can add up really quickly if your business takes off quickly. So if you look at the self-employment tax, 15.3%, and whatever your income tax bracket is, this might be 12% or 22% or 24%, you're going to pay both of those tax rates. So it is not uncommon to be paying 30 to 35% of your business profit out in federal taxes on your tax return. So be prepared for that. What that means is for every dollar that comes into your business, put 30% of that aside into a savings account so you have the money for paying your taxes when the time comes. Very important. You do not want to get stuck with a surprise tax bill at the end of the year and then be in debt to the IRS. Super not fun. So those are the three basic levels of taxation in our local area: city, state, and federal taxes. At the state level, we have a revenue tax, the B&O tax, and we have sales tax for some businesses. If you're not in Bellingham or not in the state of Washington, you may have some other taxes to pay attention to. Every state is different, every city is different, even some counties have taxation for small business. So check with your local government offices so that you're not missing anything, or check with a local accountant as well. So that is your very fast, very quick crash course in starting your new business and getting set up, what to expect for tax compliance. The last piece is track everything. So when it does come time to file your federal income tax return, you'll need to report how much income you earned and how much you paid out in expenses. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you track everything. If you don't track it, you can't report it. You're going to pay more tax than you need to. So track everything, keep your receipts. Not because we love them, not because we like having paper all over, or even if you're scanning them, filling up a hard drive with a bunch of digital copies of receipts, but keep your receipts because if you're ever audited, the IRS will need to see those receipts. They'll also look at bank statements, but they do not care about credit card statements. This is really important. A lot of people assume I buy everything on one credit card, so I just have my credit card statements, it's all there. The IRS doesn't care. They do not accept credit card statements for backup documentation. So keep those receipts, either in a physical file or a digital file in case you ever need them. So track everything. That way you'll have the information you need for your tax filings, and put 30% of every bit that comes in into savings. That way you'll always have the cash you need to pay your taxes and you can stay out of tax trouble for your new business. All right, super fast crash course for the bare bones basics there. I hope that's helpful for you. Now, if you need more details, if you need to learn more about this, which may be true, probably true if you're going to build a business, then I encourage you to check out our courses. We have created a series of online courses to cover all of the accounting and tax basics, from setting up a new business to staying out of tax trouble to learning how to build a tax strategy and pay the minimum legal and ethical amount in tax. So if you're ready for a bit more detail and learning the basics of accounting and taxes for your new business, then check out our courses down below. You're gonna love them. They're really, really valuable. I talk not quite as fast as I do in this video in those courses, but they're recorded. You can go back over and over, and they're in very tiny bite-sized pieces. So you can take it a little bit at a time and learn a ton and apply it as your business grows. With that, congratulations on your new business and good luck.